Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm from New Zealand, and I came back to establish business brokering, which is an entirely new industry. That will be part of my story. I'm here by myself. I've left my family back home in New Zealand, in Auckland. My wife, my 3 kids, my daughter-in-law, and my apo, who is 9 years old, who just turned 9, who's the apple of my eyes. So I miss them a lot. So you can call me an OFW in the Philippines. So, my name is Efren Pascual, the CEO of Link Business. With me will be Mike Ramira, one of our business brokers, and Carol Lunato as well. So, do you think business brokering is new? What's happening in the world? From where we started in New Zealand, there are 5,293 businesses for sale right now, at this very moment, in a population of 4.6 million people. Mind-boggling, isn't it? So if we are 100 million, multiply that by 20, so we could have around 100,000 businesses for sale. And that's good for the economy, and I'll explain that to you later. So that's the breakdown. As you can imagine, not lots of internet and technology, not a lot of IT. I would imagine here in the Philippines, BPO capital of the Philippines, that number, 85, should be more. So, why are businesses sold and when's the best time to sell the business? I'm not here to urge people to earn business. I'm just here to open your minds on the realities of life. Because of the internet, the world has changed. What has happened? Kids are no longer interested in the father's business. Kids go away, migrate to Australia, New Zealand, America. Succession has become an issue. It's become an issue. Think about baby boomers. Not too many in the house. What about wanting to slow down? What about being advised by the doctor to slow down? So, these are realities of life. What about migrating to another country and to follow the wife or the father? So what do you do? It's normal and it comes naturally. But these ones in the red are real issues. What if the owner gets a call from the doctor and the call is not so nice? What do you do? And there's no successor. Or sometimes people want just to cash in simply because they want to secure their family. Sometimes people sell 80% of the business and still maintain 20. Somebody comes in, somebody bigger comes in, buys 80%, improves the business, good for the employees, and then makes the company grow. That's one of the ways that how business brokering can contribute to the economy. So, too many reasons. One of them, if it's a struggling business, they need help. People needing cash or people who cannot compete. If the business fails, there will be unemployment. Suppliers may not be paid, and customers may lose supply. So, business failure is bad to the economy. If there's somebody coming in who's got the mojo, fresh enthusiasm, and more brilliant ideas, then we prevent the failure of business. That again contributes to the economy. Think about that. So what has been happening here? We've got more than 100 businesses for sale right now. I'm not here to sell that to you, no. Just telling you that people have found out about what we're doing, business brokering. So we do things in utmost confidentiality. So we are business brokers. It's a professional service that we render to our clients and customers. Just run through you some of the business that we sell. And when we advertise, we don't disclose the identity because we do it in utmost confidentiality. IT company for 300 million, salon for 7 million. We're selling 40% shares of this real estate company for 580 million. This is a franchise business for 4.4 million. We're selling the whole shebang. 31 franchise stores and the 31 franchise agreements that go with it, 4 company stores, the whole intellectual property of this business for 190 million. So selling a business can be an exit strategy. So if you're thinking of selling, there's some things that you need to do, but the first thing that you need to do is to keep matters confidential, because that's paramount. So who are we? We were founded in New Zealand in 1996. Okay. So I migrated to New Zealand, became the first the first Filipino business migrant to New Zealand back in 2001, and run my own small business. Okay. It's a blockbuster franchise. For those who are maybe about 45 years old or up, maybe you would remember Blockbuster. We rent away videos and became DVDs and became Blu-rays. I ran and operated 4 of those stores. So my first store is in Gleniness. It was a 400 square meter store. I sold it through Link. Because one day, a guy came in and asked me, a guy in suit came in and asked me, Efren, or Mr. Owner, I'm a business broker. Are you in the market? I said, what do you mean? Well, do you want to sell your business? So, I went to New Zealand. That buying a business there was my ticket to migrate. But I don't want to run video stores for the rest of my life. So I sold it because I wanted to grow more. So we are in 5 countries. If you will notice, all English-speaking countries. South Africa, New Zealand in 96, South Africa in 09, Australia in 2010, United States in 2014, and Philippines last year. So, in terms of number of offices and business brokers, we're the world's largest. We opened Ortigas Center, we call it Link Ortigas Center in 2017, and our short-term plan is to open more offices in Metro Manila area, and medium-term plan is to open in Cebu, Davao, Angeles. Because business brokering is needed by the country. So when I first came back in August 2015, I scouted around and I looked around and I saw that there's nobody catering to the SMEs. So what if you're stuck and wanting to move on? More so, what if you want to buy? There's nothing to buy. So we are being noticed already in the few months that we are operating. So the press has found us, we landed on TV, and just to introduce you a little bit about the company, all shareholders are all Kiwis. Myself, Aaron Thorsen is the Managing Director of Link International, and Efren Pascual, the namesake, happened to be my identical twin brother. So all shareholders are New Zealanders, and the reason why we're telling this is because in the Philippines, you need to establish credibility straight away if you want to be noticed by the market. So we also hold rights to those countries, so that's a long-term plan of Link. We're going to open Link Alabang because our presence is needed in that part of town, probably October or November this year. So we were founded in these 2 statements. So we manage the sale of privately owned businesses with utter integrity, everything above board, full disclosure, no house-show, no hanky-panky, and confidentially, because the sales process needs to be handled very, very confidentially. So these are the things that we want to do: educate the market, not only sellers and buyers, but every advisors that they have, accountants, lawyers, franchisors, bankers, financial advisors, etc. We do global selling. We have the ability to sell local businesses to overseas buyers and the ability to sell overseas businesses to local buyers. So just not locally, but global selling. And that would be really good for the economy. And we want to help OFWs come back home to the Philippines, be reunited with their families. Some of them don't have the time to start up a business. So, because starting up a business is not everyone is cut out to start a business. So buy a business as an alternative to working overseas, away from their loved ones. That's one of our advocacy. So a business broker is a professional who's an intermediary in the selling and buying of privately owned businesses. So we cater to the SMEs. That's our sweet spot. Although Link Corporate brokers can cater to the substantial businesses. So small, medium, or large, we follow this process. It's a tedious, long, complicated process. Everything above board, everything documented, every step of the way. So I've read about Senator Castro's, Bamakina's advocacy, Go Negosyo, and it's laudable. It's laudable. And Link fully supports the effort to develop more entrepreneurs to grow the country. And we can recognize that, and we're happy and willing to work hand in hand with Go Negosyo and every single advocacy of the SME in the Philippines. So we encourage entrepreneurship by buying a business. Because, like I said, starting one is not cut out for everybody. So that's the fact of life. So we're just offering an alternative. So we offer established profitable business to those to encourage the undecided entrepreneurs. Okay? So sometimes it's hard to make the first step to start up a business because it entails lots and lots of capital, feasibility study, permits, licenses, etc. But I'm not here to discourage you. If there is a brilliant idea, go for it. So the primary reason why people buy a business is because from day one, the new owner will have that benefit of the financial historical data from day one. So he would know his next move. He wouldn't be groping in the dark. So why buy another business? Maybe just a show of hands. How many are business owners here? Business owners? Quite a few. Come from the corporate? How many from the corporate? There you go. Right. So if you are a micro business owner and you've been successful and you want to grow and you're just stuck there, you can cash in. Sell it, cash in, buy your bigger business. From micro, going small. Now, if you're a small business owner, let's say you're running a 3 restaurants, one in Makati, one in Parañaque, one in Alabang, and you want a presence in Quezon City and Caloocan, but to start one up is quite expensive. Why not just buy 2 restaurants there and a commissary there? So from being a small business owner, you become medium or business owner in no time. What about medium-sized businesses? If you are wanting to get listed in the stock market, you're wanting to go IPO, but you're short of your portfolio, let's say you're a distribution company in Luzon, then buy something to their synergy. Buy a business in Visayas and Mindanao. Instead of starting them up, buy one, and then you get your portfolio and you get listed. So, as you can see, we offer that alternative for people to go from micro to small to medium to large. Obviously, that takes time and effort. So, when you're thinking of buying, there's so much things to consider, but the top 3 or the bottom 3 are the real ones that you need to consider. Now, as you can see, business brokering is about helping people to move on for whatever reason. For whatever reason. And business brokering is also about helping people get into business, and many of them for the first time. And Link enables continuity of business. That's what we bring to the table, preventing failure of business. How do we get things done? We use technology to our advantage. We got a wonderful website, and our website is all connected to all the 4 countries. So from the homepage of our website, you can window shop in 5 countries. You got marketing tools, fantastic marketing tools. We publish business broker magazines in all the countries that we operate. We publish our first edition. We're going to publish our second edition next month. And team effort. We've got 223 business brokers on board. So it's really an effort to find those people that are needing our help. That's so that we need So we need numbers. So, from a small country in New Zealand of 4.6 million people, we went to many countries, the Philippines being the 5th country, and our objective really is to help SMEs in this part of Asia and then move on to the other countries. So as we do this business brokering, we do this very confidentially, because the whole sales process needs to be handled confidentially. It's paramount. It's in our blood. Thank you very much, and hope to see you later.